Thank you, Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and most welcome guests, and particularly Irene. Irene was speaking from the High Performance Leadership Manual and trying to capture the vision that she has for her project and to inspire us to take part in that project, tell us what the benefits are and how we can get involved. I thought she did that very effectively. Here are some of the things that I'm going to look at. Gestures, language, organization, voice, and energy and emotion. For her gestures, were they natural? I felt that to the greatest extent they were quite natural, although occasionally I noticed they were a little bit stiff, and sometimes they were not necessarily congruent with the message. I felt that there was a point where you held up two hands and then said evaluations. I wasn't sure whether you were counting or how that was relevant. But perhaps just a plain gesture that was congruent with your message. Language. Did you notice how appropriate the language was, how rich it was, how vivid and descriptive the language that Irene used was? I thought that the phrasing was appropriate, different pacing and words. One suggestion I would have would be to ask more direct questions, particularly at the beginning. You did ask one that required us to put up our hands, and that's good for getting audience involvement and getting us connected to. I would suggest getting that involved a little earlier, asking some questions in your opening to engage the audience right away. In terms of organization, how did Irene describe her vision? She echoed the Martin Luther King statement, "I have a dream," so we were all connecting with that message on that level. And she also stressed the benefits to individuals. One suggestion I would have there, though, is to also include clubs, because evaluations not only strengthen individuals, they strengthen clubs as well. And you're here to get some information on strengthening clubs, then that would certainly help. Your voice was very clear. I thought that you changed the pace and you changed your tone. One suggestion I have is that I felt that your pitch was at a high register, and if you were to lower that pitch a little bit, you would add some contrast to the phrasing and to the texture of your speech and add a little bit more interest. In terms of energy and emotion, I thought that you really kept that energy level high. And how did you relate that message to the audience? Well, you shared your personal experiences with us, and that's really important in getting us on side, is to make sure that we are connecting with your message, that you have something in common to share with the audience, and I thought you found that. And you also asked for contributions. That's very important in inspiration, is to ask your audience how we can get involved, how can we participate, what do we need to do to contribute to this project. In summary, I thought your organization and your use of language was quite effective. The only suggestions I would have would be to change your pitch a little bit and to ask a few more direct questions of the audience, and include the clubs in your pitch as well. And congratulations, and hope your project is successful.
I would certainly echo everything Blair said about your energy and the obvious passion that came through tonight. But I think in a speech like that, where there really is a call to action, all it lacked for me was a brief but very personal anecdote as to where that source of passion about evaluations comes for you. I know you did touch on, okay, I've been beaten up sometimes, I've had praise sometimes, but just to really take it to that personal level. One night there was a situation where, and you tell that story and bring us into that story, then it really becomes, I think, real for all the rest of us. So that was the key area where I think it could have benefited. But otherwise, the obvious enthusiasm and joie de vivre that you were presenting to us was certainly a great source of inspiration. At least for me, I put my name down on the list, so that's
Thank you, Al. Any other?
Fellow Toastmasters, I would congratulate Irene because of her great speech. And I want to do it based on the statistics that we have here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 names. A good salesperson can sell to 1% out of 9 people. We have almost 18 people here, and we have 6 names. It's 1 in 3. Congratulations, Irene.
Yeah.
You did a great job.
Thanks.
first of all, I really liked the speech. Wonderful. It was very inspiring. And just a suggestion I have, I think that it would be nice if you gave some examples of what you consider to be bad evaluations, okay evaluations, good evaluations, and maybe what you would consider to be a great evaluation where you want this to take us to.